have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So hello and welcome. I'm your host, Dr. Ruby Gill, and I welcome you all on the behalf of lovely professional university. So we all are gathered here virtually to witness an incredible session with our expert as he is going to tell us all about decoding the next level jobs. So before we commence, let me introduce the expert of the day. Dr. Harpal Theti, Professor and Senior Director, Division of Career Services, Lovely Professional University. An intellectual personality with an experience of more than 2 decades as an academician. He has been instrumental in elevating the visibility of brand LPU amongst the corporate world and testimony of the same in an overall 10x times increase in number of corporates hiring future leaders from LPU, exponential rise in addition of pedigree and marquee brands, elevation of average mean median, and highest packages offered to students across 30 plus schools and 200 plus courses, sharp rise in inking of niche corporates, MOUs, and industry-backed courses, formulation of COEs, course integration, and curriculum updation. To his credit, he has been recognized as Senior IEEE member, recipient of 101 Most Fabulous Training and Development Leaders in India. Moreover, he was an integral part of the team instrumental in developing the unified technology learning platform under the Mission 10X program at Wipro Technology. So, sir, it's a privilege to have you on board with us today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Professor.
With equal pleasure, I would like to welcome our admission nominee, Dr. Tushinder Preet Kaur, Professor and Coordinator of CEL, Department of Counseling and Admissions, Lovely Professional University. She is dynamic personality with an experience of more than 15 years as an academician. She has presented papers in numerous national and international conferences, and she has to her credit more than 40 research papers published in referred national and international journals of repute and has authored one book as well. So today, attendees, she will share the insights of the university infrastructure and the highlights of the university. So thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us your valuable time. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ruby. Over to you.
So with this, we'll commence today's webinar. So over to you, sir, and looking forward for a great interactive session.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, ma'am. I love to talk with future leaders. That is what the madam just said. So we want all of you to be future leaders. That's how we are going to welcome you to this session, and we'll look forward to have you in our campus, which apparently is the single largest private campus in the entire country, with about 40,000 students staying along with us and doing their learning at about 30 plus schools which we have. The gist of my entire presentation will be towards around making great careers. Let me at the beginning itself tell you that we're not talking about jobs here, because getting a job is no brainer. If at all you have done your homework well, all of you will land into great jobs. But the idea and the trick lies as to how you can make a great career for yourself. And that's how we have chosen the topic of this entire conversation today to be as demystifying the placement journey. It's a journey, which means that you'll have to start from somewhere and then you'll have to end up somewhere. And wherever you start is basically with all your basic education, which would have guided you thus far, saying that, hey, I want to do this course and this is the university I'm looking at it. So with this, let me start my presentation. If at all there are any queries, I will be happy to answer these queries towards the end of the session. And let's start this journey. So making careers for me, and I'm representing my my entire leadership here, is basically a journey, as I said. So it's like doing a marathon. It's not a sprint, which means that you'll have to do a lot of data sets. You'll have to curate a lot of data sets and then put a thread towards the end of it so that your story becomes more sellable, and people will take a lot of inspiration from your story. That is what we do with our students. And that's how we call our students to be, as Vertos, simply meaning change agents. So we want all of you to be change agents. So next few minutes, if you can land your brain to me, I'm sure, and your ears to me, I'm sure that I'm going to put this saga in front of you, which will basically talks about making impactful journeys and creating great careers for our students. We're going to give you some glimpses of what we have been doing with some of our hiring partners, and we call all our hiring partners to be as our growth partners. So I'm going to give you a small cue as to how it and where you can find all the stories of placements. And more critically, getting a company is one thing, but then getting a conversion to that company is where the trick lies. And that's how I'm going to give you a small glimpse of how we prepare each of our students. So that's how I'm going to talk about these three things, which are very pertinent to what we are doing today. If you can see, this is our logo. So logo at the center of this entire presentation deck, which you are seeing right now. So this is basically the rays of education cutting through. And then we've got student representation from all the states of the country and from about 30 countries of the world. And if you can see, there are certain logos towards the backdrop of it. So these logos are basically the logos where some of your seniors are working. And we keep on curating this logo. We keep on updating this logo with every graduating batch. So much so that we've got a complete Hall of Fame wall in front of us. And then once you pay a visit to us in the university, which is one of the most happening university in the country, you can actually see this wall at block number 32. So with this, let me start my presentation. I am going to give you small glimpses of what we have done with our students. And I'm sure that this will give you that confidence that we'll be able to do great things from you. I just said that placement is basically a journey, and for a journey to happen, you'll have to start somewhere and end somewhere. So basically your start is your understanding as to how you make careers from yourself, and how does it come from? It comes from looking at your parents, or it comes from looking at somebody who you see as a mentor, or it comes by understanding as to where your seniors are working. So that's how you would have by now. I finally finalized that which course you want to do, and what are these 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 set of companies where you want to work tomorrow. So my thought of telling you this today is that you start with a dream. So that's a dream. We will put data sets so that we will make great memories for you. So the idea is not to stop at dreams, but to actually work on the ground and make great careers and great memories for yourself, such that somebody else can take an inspiration from it and then put that into their life and then be successful for themselves. After all, that's the intent of a human life. So I'm giving you some facts and figures here now. I hope that most of you know that companies are ranked in a list which is called as Forbes 500 or Fortune 500 list company. So our intent is to work with the best of the best in terms of role they offer to our students, in terms of packages they offer to our students, in terms of geography they offer to our students, in terms of growth they offer to our students. That's how we call all our hiring partners to be as our growth partners. Now, if you can see, the first representation talks about we doing 2,000 plus companies in an acad year, which means that if you divide it by 365, roughly about 5 companies, maybe if I'm not wrong, 5.5 companies. That's the number which we do for a complete acad year. We try and see that most of these companies are in that Fortune 500 list, which means that they bring the best of roles, packages, amalgamation of a great career, amalgamation of a great work life, and those kind of things. The highest package apparently, which we were able to do last year for the batch which graduated just in the summers, was about 64 lakh rupees for a fresher. Yeah, 64 lakh rupees for a fresher. About 350 of these companies whom I'm just talking. So this 2,000 includes our internship companies as well. I'll tell you how we are a little unique in internship also, that I'm going to tell you subsequently. But then out of these, 350 companies are coming to the campus with the same kind of roles, with the same kind of packages which they offer at celebrated IITs, IIMs, NITs elsewhere in the country. The highest stipend which we were able to get was 1.6 lakh rupees, and this was done by a company I hope all of you know. If you have to do a small ride from wherever you are staying to your college maybe, and if somebody is not there to drop, you'll do an Uber. So this was given by Uber, so 1.6 lakh rupees. And yeah, so this is what basically has happened over a couple of years now. So we have done about 100 plus offers where the packages are more than 20 lakh rupees for a fresher. Yes, you have heard it correct. more than 20 lakh rupees for a fresher is a great ROI to have. So after doing a course with us, so about 100 plus students have got an offer which is more than 20 lakh rupees. About 600 plus students have got offers which is between 10 lakh rupees to about 20 lakh rupees. We have done close to about 10,000 numbers in last couple of years in terms of independent offers, in terms of independent careers for our students. And out of that, 50% of it, you can see, has gone to Fortune 500 companies. And the rest is a spill between the startups which are happening and great companies to work with. So that is what we have been doing with our students. I am now sharing some picture boys for us. These are some great success stories. Now you can see that I've written a record-breaking package of 3 crores. Now let me tell you the story of Yasir. So Yasir graduated in 18 from us, and then we got him placed in a company in Bangalore where he was drawing 20 lakh rupees. In 2 years, he was able to make a resume for himself where he was picked by the same platform on which we are talking. He was picked up by Zoom at Germany with a package of 3 lakh rupees, which then gives you a testimony of the fact that we don't leave our students when they graduate. It's a journey, as I said. So we keep on moving with this journey with our students, and then we keep on putting our data sets such that your story becomes sellable. So 3 crores, understand, in 2 years' time, I think very few offerings anywhere nationally, internationally, where you can actually get these kind of careers for yourself. How do we do it is something which you're going to tell subsequently. But before I do that, let me show some more picture boys and girls for you. So 64 lakh rupees was done by Google. Then we were able to place Arjun at a package of 62.72 lakh rupees was with almost zero experience. So he did internship and then cracked it. So this company basically is into the automation of HR processes. And then he was able to get 62,000 rupees in India. So it's not a conversion amount, it's in India. Now, I'm talking about Mayank here, who was picked up by Amazon. So he was picked up about a package of 50 lakh rupees, 50.5 to be more precise. And Abhishpa, so I still remember her story. So she was picked up by Cisco, and she was doing internship at Cisco where she was getting about 40,000 rupees as stipend. And then she was also given a full-time offer. But then we were trying to better her story. So that's how we were able to share her resume with a US-based company. The name of the company is MotorQ. And she was then subsequently picked up at a package of about 50 lakh rupees and a lot of growth in promise. Some more names, some more faces, some more facts. So you can see Amazon. So this is our electronics student. So he was picked up at about 46 lakh rupees. Then you can see Himanshu. So he was picked up at about 46 lakh rupees. He's from computer science. And then you can see students from circuit branches also doing great for themselves. So that's how you can see Mr. Reddy's photo here. So he was picked up about 40 lakh rupees. So the idea of showcasing these photos is that we have been doing great in most of our schools and most of our courses, and the best of the companies with the best of the offers do visit the campus. Some more success stories for the current batch. So the batch which is going to graduate in the summers of 23. The way we are little unique is that we foster and we work along with the companies and do this 1-year internship program. This 1-year internship program gives a student an opportunity to rub the shoulder with the best of the minds, with the best of the tools in their campuses, working on the most recent problems. So that's how we were able to make great careers for our students. So I'm giving you the glimpses of some of the full-time conversions that has happened in companies like Palo Alto. So most of you would be knowing about Palo Alto network. So you can see Balwinder. So she has to still graduate, and then she has got an offer of 54.75 lakh rupees. Similarly, Vishwajit has got the same offer from Palo Alto. And then I'm very happy and contented to share the next 3 names in front of you. So they come from circuit branches, from EC and from EC primarily. All 3 of them have been picked up by this great company called the Silicon Labs. And if you can see, the packages are mammoth. So that's how we have been able to get a lot of semicon companies also into the campus and get some great careers for our students. Some more records, because I feel that numbers are numbers and somebody will always break those numbers. But then we work along with the students so that their numbers are more sellable, so they become more visible. They become somebody whom people will look at. So if you can see, so we were able to do about 1,410 offers with Cognizant. Similarly, you can see 770 offers from Capgemini. You can see 550 offers from L&T. You can see 450 offers from Wipro, 250 offers from DXC. So the idea of telling you all this is that all these companies who come to us, they come to us with vanilla package, which they offer elsewhere. They also come to us with elevated and differential packages. This is called as differential packages. So they will try and hunt the great resources from all the corners of the country and then try and see if they can fast track their career. That is what we have been able to do with a lot of our students. We have been able to fast track the careers of our students. So as I said, up to differential packages of about 10 lakh rupees, which they offer maybe to some of the NITs and a lot of IITs as well. We don't stop here. The idea is to get global exposure to our students, because we feel that global careers will take you to different places in the world. And that's how we have been able to do a lot of global careers for our students. The global careers or the international careers works two ways at the university. We've got student representation, as I said, from 30 plus odd countries. So getting a job for them, which means that getting an international offer for an international student is one way of doing international offers. And then getting international offers for Indian students is the second way of doing international offers. That's how, that is what we have been able to do. You can see that we have grown our ranks from APAC, JPAC, going up to US and UK now. And a lot of our students from engineering, management, fashion, architecture, airlines, management, polytechnics. So they have been able to get great careers for them in working in national locations as well. Very happily, I can share one story of Bosch here. So Bosch year on year have been recruiting the highest number, almost the highest numbers from us in terms of fresh talent. And we did small maths with the University Alliances team at Bosch, and we saw that most of our students who are graduating from your campus are going to Germany in 2 years' time. So we thought that if at all there is a way where we can fast track their career, because if somebody has to go to Germany and work there, he or she must understand the German culture, the German language. So we thought that if at all we can shorten the cycle of getting great careers for our students, will it make meaning to do international offering in terms of languages inside the campus? So that is what we have been doing along with a lot of the companies, and Bosch did help us in this, where they helped us with a course curriculum, which was then mandated by GOTHE, wherein they will certify that, yes, these folks understand German language and a culture. So we're able to do this. And today, so much so that we've got Duolingo installed inside the campus, wherein you can practice all these languages. So what you have to do is that you have to put a docket, and once the docket has been given to you, it'll be on a time sharing basis. You can go and then prepare yourself in terms of the basic understanding of the language. And then we've got faculties who will take you to the next level, wherein you learn to read, write, talk in that language. That is what we have been doing. So I'm giving you a glimpses of some of our international offers. You can see us. In fact, today I'm doing 6 of my students. They are doing a final face-to-face interview with Shobha Reality. I can see Shobha here, so that's how I just told you the story. So 6 of my students are getting final interviews done today with Shobha Reality for a Dubai location. You can see a Barbarito here. You can see a Masquerita here. You can see a Piano Cruise. You can see Colgate Palmolive. So the idea is that we don't only try and work only with the local companies, but we also do it for the larger world. Some more facts and figures. So you can see a lot of our students who have been placed in Bangladesh, Dubai, Nepal, for that matter. You can see students from architecture. So Arbrain, so she has been pegged about 10 lakh rupees. You can see a Highgate at a package of about 32 lakh rupees. That's in US. So that's how the idea is to leave your young mind with the fact that the careers will take you beyond India as a geography, and we prepare you for that. And we have been doing this with a lot of your seniors. We are equally keen, excited to do the same with each one of you. Some more names in facts and figures. Now, there is a small scan box here towards the right corner, if you can see. So you can scan it and then see for yourself as to where the schools have been placed at differential packages. If at all you don't want to take that pain, I invite you to pay a visit to my homepage. All you have to do is that you have to click on lpu.in. Let me repeat. You'll have to click on lpu.in. and then click on the placement tab. The moment you click on the placement tab, that'll take you to a placement page. That is where you can see all the stories as to how, where, when we have placed students, what packages, what roles, what geographies. If let's say that you are from MassCom, you can then do a small drop down in that box, which will be there, and you can see if you can put MassCom there, you can see as to what we have been doing with our students from MassCom. So all these facilities are there inside that web page. I request each one of you, if you have to get a POC, which means a proof of concept, you should actually pay a visit to our homepage and see for yourself as to where we have been placing our students. I could have not shown you all 2,000 companies which I talked, so I'm showing some of the names here. You can see a Palo Network, Alto Network, you can see a PhonePe, you can see an Amazon, Nutanix, you can see VMware, you can see Play Simple Games, you can see Razorpay here, you can see Flipkart, you can see ServiceNow, you can see Secure, you can see a ZS Associates, you can see an AlgoSec, you can see a great silicon company by the name of Infineon there, and so many other names. So you can see a Swiggy for yourselves there. So the idea is that to show that we have been doing this with a lot of your seniors. And talking about seniors, so these are the seniors who have been getting a package of more than 1 crore now. So the idea is to make a celebrated crore club inside the campus. That's a mandate which has been given to us by our leaders. So the idea is that we should be able to make great sellable careers, not only in India, but beyond India as well for our students. Now, that is one part of the story. So I've shown you some parts of dream, which is a subset of what dream you are taking right now to get installed in terms of the best of the opportunities by a system which understands how to place these students and get great careers for them. So I've shown you the dream part of it by now. Let me show you how we do it, because that's very critical, because everybody is very choosy today and everybody is talking about what is it in me, in for me. If I can answer that, I think the story becomes complete. Now, let me tell you that we've got a complete finishing school, unlike any other place. We are very cognizantly divided the training and placement into 2 verticals. So placement will do placements 24/7, but then we've got a complete finishing school which works with each one of you who is going to take any of the admission in any of our courses right from the first year itself. So we've got about 200 worthy faculties, which will keep working with each one of you 24/7, 365, right from the first year. The moment you induct with us for any of our courses, we will take you through some third-party assessments where we will tell you that, hey, this is where you are standing right now. This is where your dream is. This is the path which we will negotiate so that we'll take you more closer towards your dream. So that's how we work with each of the students. As I said, we've got a complete finishing school, and we have very aptly named it to be a professional enhancement program. Now, this professional enhancement program will actually train you on the soft skills part of it. It will also train you on the trade secrets, which means that if at all I'm talking about, let's say, pitching my case study, all of us are seeing what is happening in Shark Tank today. So for that kind of a pitch, which is very crisp, which is very fast, so we'll train you. So as to how you pitch your ideas. So that is what the students undergo in this great vertical of ours, which is called as Professional Enhancement Program. Now, under this program, what we do is that we do a lot of benchmarking of yours, because benchmarking is very, very important, because your career saga is very individualistic to you. So if at all I have to make a great career for yourself, I should understand as to what your career saga should look like. So that's how we feel that training a student on a holistic way is a very individualistic effort. So that's what we do. So we benchmark you so that we understand as to where you're standing today. How do we take you 2 levels up, 3 levels up, 5 levels up, so that you are more sellable, you are more employable. So that's how we work with these third-party assessments, and then we find out as to what your standing is with your peers inside the class, with your peers across the university, with your peers in North India, with your peers in the entire part of the India, so that we got a picture in front of us, and then we curate the learning according to where you are standing. And to do that, we have got a lot of third-party practice platforms which we enable as and when required. think of a situation where you are talking with the MD of, let's say Nestle, for an example, and you are putting your thoughts in front of Sureshji, so all these kind of opportunities are curated by doing a lot of guest lectures, wherein we invite the best of the best people who have done businesses across businesses, who has done businesses across geographies. So they come and talk to you in terms of guest lectures, motivational lectures, and you do a lot of chai pe charcha with them. And it's an opportunity to get noticed and understand that once these leaders identify you to be a leader material, they will not leave you. That is what we do with a lot of our students, a lot of workshops. There is hardly a day when there'll be not less than 3 or 4 parallel workshops happening inside the university with the best of the minds, with the best of the motivational speakers, with the best of the professionals who has achieved something or the other in their life, and whose story is a great inspiration for all of us. We don't stop there. And so if you see the Hacker Earth ranking of LPU, you will be happy to know that we are at second, third position since last almost 4.5, 5 years now. So what we do is that whenever there is an opportunity to showcase in terms of hackathons, makeathons, ideathons, we train our students so that they're able to carry their legacy and put their thoughts inside to the larger world. So that's how you will see our students participating in a lot of industry-backed competitive events, and they're doing great for themselves, for their ecosystem, and also for their alma mater. All this, as I said, will take you near to the final day when the placement happens. So the placement, as I said, happens two way. A, we call companies for full-time opportunities. We also call companies little ahead than others, where we do a lot of internships. So these internships will most of the time will give you a pre-placement offer, a pre-placement interview. And we have seen for ourselves, we've done a lot of data crunching over these years. And we see that about 95% of these companies will consume you, because nobody would love to leave a trained resource. If at all 5% are not getting consumed there, they'll be consumed in the larger ecosystem. That's how the idea is that most of our acad problem statement is also a snippet of what the industry is working today. So that's the idea. So the idea is to work at tandem with the corporates, with the problem of today, with the tools of today, with the minds of today, so that you are able to put scalable resolves to the problems which may happen in future as well. So that's what we do with our students. So as I said, we do a lot of gap analysis as to where you are standing today, as to what your dream is, and how we can make different data set and then put a thread towards the end of it, so that your story becomes an inspiration for others. A lot of these courses are accredited. A lot of these courses are non-credited, which means that we don't stop when the clock says that it's 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. We will leave no stone unturned, so that we make you more sellable, and we work around the clock. That's how I said some of the interventions which you see here are non-credited as well, which we take beyond the class times as well. Correct. So this is what the finishing school does. So basically, they will train you on the verbal ability. They will then talk about analytical ability. Then they will train you off of you being the message. That's very critical today. So they will train you on the soft skills part of it. And as I said, we'll not stop here. Then we'll try and see if at all there are some foreign languages which we can treat and train. We do that as well. So an amalgamation of we making you word strong, we making you street smart, we making you analytical smart, we making you really smart in putting your ideas quickly and then more enforced way, and then we giving you glimpses of what the culture of the larger world will look like. We feel that amalgamation of all this can give great careers to each one of you. So these are some of the snippets which we do with our students. So as I said, we customize the training needs of the students depending upon their needs, and then customized inputs are given to a cohort, a small cohort, and then we work on. So what we do is that we break the larger audience into smaller cohorts with aligned goals, and then we'll keep working with each one of them, such that your resume should look like your resume. It should not look like a cut copy paste from a Google. So that's what we do. So we put a lot of endeavor in making your resume look like your resume, talk like your resume, so that whenever there's an opportunity, you'll be able to tell your story to the world. As I said, most of these courses, these interventions, some of these interventions will happen inside the class. Some will happen outside the class as well. We do a lot of mock drives. whenever a company comes in, we do run a series which is called as Know Your Company. So which talks about what the company is doing, who are their competitors, who are the promoters, who are the resources who are driving this entire thing, what the company is set to achieve in times to come, how you can be a part of their growth story. So we give all these inputs to them. A lot of club activities happen. So these club activities will most of the time happen outside the classes, so that your story is a more holistic story, and then you're able to put threads to what your dream is, and then work towards that. I've given a glimpses of what we have been doing with competitive events and hackathons with our students. We don't stop there. So most of these companies today talk about campus ambassadors. So you will see lots and lots and lots of campus ambassadors from various companies who are still students and then who are still to graduate. They talk about the companies. Some of them even recruit for the companies. Yes, you have heard it correct. Some of them are even recruiting for the companies. I just give you a glimpses of what we do in workshops, guest lectures and webinar series. One very unique thing which we have been practicing over the last couple of years is live projects. So these live projects will give you an opportunity to work on the today and put the today into your resume, your learnings into the resume, because you will lose nothing, you will learn only. So if you are learning, that learning should go into your resume, and then resume becomes a very individualistic resume. So that's how we do a lot of opportunities for our students for doing live projects. We do a lot of industrial visits as well. And I just said that think of an opportunity where in your final year, you are sitting inside the companies, in their campuses, discussing what they're discussing, and then putting a resolve to their problems. So much so that today, a lot of our courses are industry backed. So they tell us that what should go into the course curriculum and how the course curriculum should look like. And the first right of rejection goes to these companies. So we've got a lot of industry types in terms of center of excellences, where they tell us what should be taught to the students inside the classes. We do take a lot of co-branding opportunities very, very seriously. So you can see that we've got some courses with Google now. We've got some courses we're trying to do some courses with TCS, IBM, and to name some of them. So there are a lot of things which we are doing. We have been doing some courses with Informatica as an example. We have taken 3 courses on DI and DQ from them, and the first right of rejection goes to them as well. And this then brings me to the most important part of it, your resume. So as I've just said, your resume should look like your resume and not a cut, copy, paste or a straight lift from anywhere in the internet or from somebody you look as a mentor. So your resume should look like your resume. So we work, our teams in the schools, our teams in the PP, our teams in the placement team will work with each one of you so that your resume is up there and it looks really nice. Eye-catchy it is, and then once it is eye-catchy, then it should be backed with great data as well. So that is what we have been doing. We have been training our students to be having a great resume in LinkedIn, their presence in GitHub, Weebly, digital portfolios. That is what we have been doing with a lot of our students. Now, the industry today talks about problem solvers, and the entire endeavor of ours is to make you be a problem solver. And how do we look it? How do we do it? We work with each one of you, everyone who is going to get inducted in this campus will be looked after personally. That's how we make you more curious. We make you able to ask questions. No question is a foolish question. So we want each one of you to ask questions and raise questions if at all you are in doubt. We want you to take a dragonfly view, which means that you should not look at a problem as a small snippet of a problem. You should look at where that problem is going to fit such that it is going to put the resolve to a larger problem, which will affect the larger ecosystem, which will give you the largest possible scale to do growth for yourself. That is what we have been doing. We also feel that you have to work tomorrow in different groups, small cohorts. So we train you as to how you can put diligently your inputs in working in a closed group as well. And towards the end of it, we want each one of you to do a show and tell. So what do I mean by show and tell? I want most of our students to put a POC, a working model, so that you are able to show that POC, a working model, when you sit for the interviews. That again is a great differentiator for each one of you. Think of an example. So we have got 600 acres of a campus here. So if you are doing some course maybe in agriculture, you have students from management, you have students from computer science, you have students from engineering. You can then put a resolve to look at the health status of a crop. will companies not give you an opportunity to work to? We also work with each one of you, sirs, that if at all you have this acumen of doing entrepreneurship, we should be able to take you towards that journey as well. So with all this, I'm going to rest my case, and I'll be open to any of the questions with an open arms to welcome you to the most happening campus in the country. So we call our campus to be as University. So the entire university is here. We want you to be here. Thank you so much. I'm now open for questions. If at all there are any questions, I'll be happy to take, or we can take that after the admission section as well. Madam, all yours now.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your insight and guidance. Your expertise and knowledge exactly is what exactly students needed today to move forward and grow exponentially. So thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir, we have few questions, but we'll take the questions after our admission nominees presentation. So over to you, ma'am. After that, we'll take few queries from the attendees.
Right. Thank you so much, Dr. Ruby. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
A very good afternoon to one and all. Hope you all are fine and safe at your places. Yes, I'll be speaking about the rankings, the campus life, the infrastructure which university is possessing, and as well as I'll talk about the eligibility as well as the scholarship for your desired program. So it gives me immense pleasure to share that 13 students of LPU represented India in Tokyo Olympics 2020, and they brought laurels by winning various medals. On talking about the rankings, the university has been ranked 23rd by Times Higher Education World University Ranking 2023. The university has been ranked 47th by NIRF, that is amongst all government and the private universities in India. Particularly for the engineering, it has been ranked 51st, for law 13th. For the School of Architecture as well as Design, it has been ranked 12th by NIRF. The story doesn't end here. The list is long. I am just highlighting the latest and the important ones. The WURI, that is World's University with Real Impact Ranking, has ranked the university second. The Atal ranking of institutions on innovation achievements has ranked Lovely Professional University as the third on innovation achievements. So you can see the level of research, the orientation which university is having. Now I'll brief about the campus life and the kind of exposure which a student is being offered. The university proudly hosted 106th Indian Science which was inaugurated by Shri Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, wherein he renamed the slogan and gave it as Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan, Jai Anusandhan. This is a glimpse of Nobel laureate for peace and the great spiritual leader of Tibet, Dalai Lama ji, who graced the convocation of LPU as a chief guest. This is a glimpse of a former president, late Shri Pranab Mukherjee, who visited the university and chaired the convocation twice. We do invite your entrepreneurial ideas. We do have incubation centers. This is a glimpse where you can see the former Union Finance Corporate Minister, late Shri Arun Jaitley ji. He inaugurated the startup school at LPU and interacted with the students to initiate with the startups at the earlier age. You can have a glimpse of the world-renowned life coach Gaur Gopal Das ji, who visited the university and inspired the students about the way of leading life. Now, apart from the great leaders, the university has also welcomed the celebrities, the glimpse of which you can see in Shah Rukh Khan and Deepika Padukone, who visited the university to just give new students a new start to the academic career. Yeah, this is a glimpse of former Indian team captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni, who also visited the university and interacted with the students. So the list is long. Again, I have just highlighted a few. University's infrastructure. Let me initiate with the fact that university's infrastructure is one of the biggest and the best in the world. To start with, you can have a look upon the amphitheaters, the cultural events, competitions, nukkad nataks, etc. This is a glimpse of one of the largest auditorium which university is having. Generally, the university is having 3 auditoriums, but this is one of the largest with the seating capacity of 2,500 people and is used to organize the national as well as the international level competitions, the workshops, the conferences, etc. This is the Uni Center, which comprises of the heart and soul of the lovely professional university. You visit, you will see the incubation centers out there, the lovely suites, various shops, ranging from the stationery to all food stalls which you desire. So as I talked about, we do have incubation ideas and we invite the entrepreneurial ideas too. So this is the academic infrastructure. We have the library spaces for the research. Yeah, to bring you out from the academic monotony, we have a bowling alley. Those who are much oriented towards the fitness, we do have gym facility. We do care about the sick and the diseased people as well. We have one uni hospital. Yes, you can see 24/7 bed facility is also there. God forbidden if it is required. Moving ahead with big indoor stadium, the university possesses big indoor stadium, which with multivarious facilities such as squash courts, basketball, the swimming pool. This is the all-weather swimming pool, which you can see right now. This is the badminton court, shooting range. And this is a big view of lovely professional university. This is the night view of the university, specifically the residential facility or the hostel. Now, I'll take you through the website wherein you can explore the program of your interest. So you need to mention that it's lpu.in. On after 12 programs, you need to identify in which program your interest lies. It may be after 10th, it may be after 12th, it may be after graduation. So once you open it, you will find out the various disciplines, be it engineering, be it management. So you need to select your discipline, your area of interest. So you need to identify your area of interest. As of now, I am going to click on the engineering. So let's suppose I click on BTech CSC. As Professor Harpal has already clearly mentioned the kind of input which we are giving and the kind of output in terms of placement we are having. So I'll not take much of the time. I'll simply brief about the program. BSc is a 4 years program equivalent to 8 semesters. These are the tie-ups, the industry immersion which we are having. The eligibility, 60% in 10+2 with combination of physics, mathematics, and English, plus universities exams, that is LPS, that is national entrance as well as the scholarship test. So I'll move further. As the curriculum highlights, the input what we provide has already been shared. Okay, now I'll speak about the fee structure. It is clearly mentioned. It's 1,20,000 per semester without scholarship. We do acknowledge your hard efforts on the basis of your qualification or on the basis of the university's exam. That is EduNess. It's the how better you perform, better will be the scholarship, and this is the right time to get the maximum scholarship, as the slab of scholarship weighs from 20% to 30%. So better you score, better, which you can explore on the basis of, as already mentioned, on the basis of LPU nest, on the basis of previous qualification, on the basis of other scholarships, as well as the financial aid is also provided. Now, there I always advise to the candidates, don't wait for the last date, because we have all the exams. The booking has already started and it's gonna end on 31st of this month with the slab of 20 to 30%. So last day to apply or to fill the forms, exam will from 1st Feb to 10th of Feb. Result would be there. It will be followed by certain preference oriented thing. I'm sure that if you have any kind of query into your mind and you want to get back to us, there are certain ways to get back to us. On the right side, the video conference option is there, WhatsApp chat option is there, as well as you can find our LPU team at your town. So on this page, I simply talked about the program, the eligibility, the fee structure, and the go ahead with the auto crack scholarship. Wishes from my side, I'll advise not for the last day and book the LPU next.
Ma'am, I believe there is some kind of internet lag from your end. We are unable to hear you.
Over from my side, Dr. Ruby, over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. All right. So thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing all the infrastructure and the highlights of the university. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us the insight of the website as well. So with this, we'll conclude today's webinar. Thank you, audience. Thank you so much for sparing time and participating in the webinar. We appreciate you all for being there, and I believe your knowledge has been enriched by this webinar. Also, I would like to express my appreciation to the experts for their valuable contribution. And I'm sure your years of research, your years of experience will definitely help the audience to choose the right path. So until next time, I, Ruby Gill, finally sign off the session. Thank you, everyone.